Hello friends, how are you all doing? My name is Shaz, short for Shahrazad, and I love colorful makeup. Today I'm so excited because I'm going to talk about Glamorous by Glaminatrix. Friends, if you have been watching my videos, you know that Glaminatrix is one of my favorite brands. I could not stop talking about their other palette, Nocturnal. And I do have some looks in my videos with that palette. But this one I recently received and it's such a beautiful palette. We're going to do swatches and 3 eye looks, and at the end I'm going to tell you my overall thoughts about this palette. If all of that sounds good to you, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Now let's go into the video. Now, before we go into the first eye look, let's take a look at the swatches. Friends, this palette is just capturing my heart. Glaminatrix is a brand that I really like using. They have very high quality. I have purchased their mystery box. I can't wait to get it. I'm going to be doing the unboxing on this channel and definitely use this stuff in this channel. But for now, let's jump into this for the very first impression. I haven't done anything with this palette yet, so I'm gonna go into this one. Package, that's the name of the color. I'm guessing it's kind of referring to, you know, you're the whole package kind of a thing. Love the pigmentation. I'm now using a smaller brush. Let me go into this one, curls, and I'm gonna deepen the outer part. Ugh, love these dark mattes that kind of look black but aren't. Blending a little bit with that first brush. Now I'm going to use a little bit of NYX on my lid here. And I'm going to go into Belle, which is this color. This is a very obvious duochrome, or maybe multichrome, but definitely duochrome, and it's insane. The shift from red to lime green is very obvious. I've seen a lot of these kinds of colors that kind of have a hint, but you don't see a shift that is this obvious. I don't know if the camera's capturing it or not. And I'm gonna just put this across my lid. And I'm just using this to blend the edge where these two colors meet. Friends, as you've realized, I'm in between nails. Don't mind that. Now with a flat brush, I'm gonna go into curls again, and I'm gonna do my lower lash line. As you all know, I usually look up for this. And blend it out with my first brush and whatever color is left on it. As always, I'm gonna pick a clean brush and just blend these edges into my skin. Now with a tiny brush, I'm gonna go into this color Twinkle, and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner. Friends, let me go do this eye off camera and I will be right back. Okay, beauties, I'm back with the completed look. Just look at this. I feel like the look is saying everything. I don't even need to open my mouth. The only negative thing I have to say about Glaminatrix is the fact that it takes them like 2 months to ship. There's nothing negative I have to say about this. Just look at my eye look. I mean, this level of blending and creaminess and pigmentation of the shimmer, and the shimmer isn't budging. One issue that I've seen is shimmers can be a little either too creamy where they crease very fast. When you use your fingers in them, you can tell that they don't have an opaque enough consistency, and that's absolutely not what we're seeing. Just look at my eye look. I have mentioned in the past in some of my to buy or not to buy videos, because I've never done a dedicated video for Glaminatrix in this channel in the past, but I've mentioned in those to buy or not to buy videos, do not sleep on Glaminatrix. Yes, they take a long time to deliver things. Yes, shipping is a little expensive. They have not put me down either for mattes or shimmers or multichromes. I don't have a lot of things from Glaminatrix. I have contemplated picking up their Nearly Neutral palette. Is it Nearly Neutral or Nearly Natural? I feel like I keep saying the name wrong, whichever it is. I haven't, because I don't really wear neutral looks. And That palette is old enough, nobody really wants to see eye looks with it. I have also contemplated picking up You Beauty, but I have some of the colors in that palette as singles, which is why I haven't picked it up. I do have Nocturnal and this Beauty. I do have some singles from Glaminatrix that I've purchased, because some of their multichrome singles, friends, are insane. In fact, I bought 3 multichrome singles when I bought this. They're just so beautiful. Now friends, let me bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. Okay friends, going into the second eye look. For this one, I already used Painterly, trying to get a little bit of feedback on how different primers perform on my eye. Let's go a little neutral for this one. I'm gonna go into this color, and you all are gonna say, girl, you're crazy, this palette is all colorful, but I'm gonna show you that you can do neutral looks here. I'm gonna put this in my crease. Although it's almost Christmas time, Austin can't decide if it wants to be winter or just fall. We're having the leaves falling right now, and there's a little bit of humidity going on right now, which is surprising. Usually this time of the winter or fallish, I expect dryness, but there's a lot of humidity, and I feel like that's making my eyelids a little tackier than they should be. Now I'm gonna go back into curls. There's a little bit of overlap between the colors because the palette doesn't have a lot of dark shades, so I'm gonna go here. That's all good if you don't want to use dark shades, but I also totally love this curls color. Blended so easily, look at that. So one of the things I use to measure how much I like a palette is how fast I can make an eye look with it and be out the door. So essentially, the less blending I need to do and the more easily things blend, the higher I'll rank the palette. And this palette, folks, I just love it. Look at this. Oh, so beautiful. I'm gonna go back in here and do my lower lash line. And now I'm gonna use NYX's glitter primer. And I'm gonna go into Generous, which is this color down here. Folks, I don't know if you can see this. This looks like liquid metal. Oh, look at that. Friends, just look at this. I mean, isn't this just insane? Okay, I'm gonna go back with the smaller brush, and I'm gonna blend these edges to remove harsh lines. As always, I pick a clean brush at the end and blend these top parts because they are going to need to blend into my skin. To add a little bit of pizzazz to this look, I'm gonna pick this small brush, go into Opulence, and put this color in my inner corner. You can do the same thing with the yellow shimmer or the purple shimmer, Twinkle and Dreamy. I think I want to use the purple color in my next eye look, and I already used Twinkle, the yellow shimmer, so I wanted to try this one. And you know what? I like this. This is very different. Friends, I just love it. Very nice. Let me put a lipstick on and I will be right back. Okay friends, I'm back with the completed look. I put Manila from Ofra on my lips. I don't remember if I said this in the first eye look, but I used the same lipstick in the first eye look as well. I continue to maintain my stance that the only thing I dislike about Glaminatrix is the fact that they take a long time shipping. But they're an indie brand, they're a small brand, I understand the challenge. I love this palette. I love how it blended. I love the pigmentation. It took me less than 10 minutes. I want to say even less than 7 minutes to make this look. The brand ranks very high on all the measures I use to rank a palette. So there's nothing else to say. I'm going to bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. Okay friends, I'm back for the third eye look. I already primed my eyes with Painterly from MAC, and we're gonna go back into the Beauty that is Glamorous palette. Let me see. I'm thinking about using colors I have not used, which means then these teals and purples. So let's go. I'm going to first do the teal in my crease. Now I'm going to pick a packing brush and go into this color Sweetly and put it on this edge. Obviously purple burgundies have a red in them, and teals are a combination of blue and green, so the two colors together are going to give you brown. So when people say it muddied, that's kind of what they're talking about. The location where these two colors overlap might be a little brownish. I'm going to be kind of careful with it. I don't care that much about muddiness of colors. I like to incorporate the muddiness into my look. In art, you usually use the muddiness to your favor. So it's interesting to me to realize how uncomfortable people get with muddiness. I'm going to pick a smaller round brush and I'm going to go into this teal looks and I'm going to deepen out the outer edge. I'm going to pick a brush that is kind of slanted and go into Regal, which is a royal purple, and I'm going to use this to cover my lower lash line. Now I'm going to pick a fluffy brush and I'm going to just blend these edges. Now with a little bit of NYX's glitter primer on the center of my eyelid, I'm going to now go into this purple Dreamy. I'm gonna dab this purple on top of the primer. I'm blending the edges of this color into the mattes with my finger. And my eye look is done. I'm really liking this. Look at that. Let me put on some lipstick and I'll be right back. Okay friends, I'm back with the completed look. I put a little bit of an old ultra blotted lip from ColourPop that I'm pretty sure is no longer available. In fact, I think ColourPop discontinued this formula altogether, but I put this on my lips to complete the look. As I've mentioned before with bold eyes, I like to do more neutrally lips. Now let's go into this palette, friends. Again, I have to say this, mattes were creamy, shimmers were creamy, blending was fantastic, very pigmented. So in terms of quality, I had no issue with this palette. It's exactly aligned with everything else I've seen with Glaminatrix, so I'm very happy with the palette. And I think it's gonna complement my other Glaminatrix palette, the Nocturnal, pretty well because the colors are very different. But if I were to criticize this palette, I think this palette could have used a light matte color. So this is the lightest matte. If you remove the light shimmers, you realize that the palette is pretty dark toned. If you want versatile looks, for example, with a look like this, it would have been great to have a lighter matte to put in the inner corner. I would have probably not put a shimmer color in this inner corner. Neither of these two shimmers would have been good for the inner corner, and I didn't want the belle of the ball in this look, which is literally the insane purple color, to be overshadowed by something in this look. So it would have made sense to put a matte color in the inner corner. Maybe a lavender skin color or sort of a light pink matte would have made sense, but that is something that I would have added into this palette. Maybe in return, I would have removed one of these two. Between Tempting and Sweetly, I'm not convinced that we need both of these two colors. Do they look very different on the eyes? I don't know. I mean, you saw in the swatches. But other than that, friends, I love this palette. Another thing that I really like about Glaminatrix is that these are magnetic pans, so you can take them out and I can possibly combine the shades from Nocturnal palette with this palette and create my own mix. And similarly with singles as well, I do have some singles from Glaminatrix, so the prospect of mixing and matching colors in the palettes, this palette, Nocturnal palettes, and the singles that I have, and creating my own homemade palette just sounds so attractive. I'm very excited about having this palette. I can't wait to use it some more, and I would definitely repurchase this palette. And I can't wait to see what Glaminatrix is coming out with in the future. And with that said, let me bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. Write to me in the comments below if you use Glaminatrix, what your thoughts are on the brand, and if you own this palette, what you're thinking about this palette. Thanks again for being here with me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'll put my handle in the comments box below. Thanks again. I love you all. Have a fantastic day, and until next time. Bye.